is in leaving this church because I got mad with him and go somewhere else. But guess what? If he teaching the same gospel, you're going to keep getting mad. So you gotta stay where you are. Look, it's because people become self-centered and greedy. So although they know what's right, they fail to do so because the spirit of rebellion take control of an individual once he or she loses her focus. When you lose your focus on your marriage, it don't take much for you to start saying one to the other without even saying, I don't care. Because you lose focus. When you lose focus on your job, you don't give your level best because you reach a place where I don't care. Are you with me this morning? And people, even in the church today, people show they don't care. We're in a sad time. I went to the game yesterday to drive Colin out to his grandmother. And as I was looking for Joe, I saw people all sizes, all shapes, limping, walking straight, walking it over, walking backwards, trying to get in the stadium. To see somebody run a ball from one end to the next. Nothing wrong with an extracurricular activity. I'm not kicking against sports. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I like other stuff. But let me say this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing should get more energy out of you than bursting your way into the worship center. The worship of 2% of the people who are at the game at the church and pay as much as they do at a game. What kind of ministry will we have? Because you would invite them to go to the game with you. But you come to church by yourself. So here we are in chapter 16. In the second month, after leaving Egypt, the people began what would be a habitual pattern of grumbling against Moses and grumbling against Aaron. But, as I mentioned before, since they were the Lord's chosen servants, ultimately, Israel's grumbling was not against Moses and Aaron, but it was direct against God. And it's dangerous to grumble against God. Somebody get your Bible open and go to Numbers chapter 11. Leah, go to Numbers chapter 11. Numbers chapter 11, verse 1, 2, and 3. Numbers chapter 11. Read Numbers chapter 11, verse 1, 2, and 3. It's dangerous to grumble against God. You got to be careful. See, Moses, I'm trying to paint the picture this morning. Moses and Aaron were flesh to me, Sister Reed, but they represented God.
Yes, sir. That's right.
You get it?
Yeah.
They were flesh, but they were assigned to lead out, and God was directing them they were against him, and it was directly affecting him.
All right.
To a degree it was, which we will see in upcoming sermon. But they were really grumbling against God.
All right.
Because they were God's men. Aaron was Moses' assistant because Moses had a stuttering problem. And so when Moses told God, I can't go, God said, I'll just open your mouth, I'll speak for you. And then make you feel comfortable. Take Aaron along with me. So in essence, if I could just throw my own theology, Moses was the pastor and Aaron was the assistant. Read Numbers chapter 11, verse 1.
And when the people complained,
And when the people complained,
it displeased
when the people complained, it displeased
the Lord.
the Lord. Verse 2,
That was our one.
1.
And the Lord heard it,
The Lord heard it.
and his anger was kindled.
The Lord heard it. And the Lord's anger. So you don't think I'm making nothing up. Read it for yourself. The Lord heard it. This is talking about Israel. He heard them murmuring and complaining.
And the fire of the Lord
And the fire of the Lord
burnt among them,
burned among them
and consumed
and
them
consumed.
that were in the utmost parts of the camp.
That were in the utmost parts of the camp. Those who were doing all that complaining at this point, the Lord said, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I tell you what I do, I just kill it. See, we always want to talk about how good God is. He made us God man. Water when you thirsty. Oh, yeah. But God got an anger hand. And he got a merciful hand. And you don't want his anger hand to come on. I've seen his anger hand. I've seen people get so sick they want to die and they can't. Calling for death. You won't let them die. Because death would be too easy. 1, 2, and 3. That's right.
And the people cried unto Moses,
They cried unto Moses.
and when Moses prayed unto
They cried to him. They were complaining and then they cried. God, Moses, and God stopped. But people say we don't need no preacher. We don't need them for nothing. We have a $20,000 wedding, and that's real cheap, but we have a $20,000 wedding, and we give him a plate and send him home while he preaches. Because he don't need much. That's why shepherds get basket on Sunday don't have much. Because that's not priority. Because people say, preach on the Sabbath. And the preacher shouldn't be on the Sabbath. That ain't scriptural. He's supposed to live up the gospel. So when you hear a sermon, you're supposed to seed into the word that you hear. That's the Bible. But we caught up in sermon because somewhere along the road somebody lost focus. I know I'm preaching. I know I'm preaching.
you are.
Thanks, Franklin. I am. Read.
And when Moses prayed unto the Lord,
They were complaining. The Lord let fire fall.
the fire was quenched,
The fire was quenched.
and he called the name of that place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord
The fire of the Lord
burnt among them.
burned. And it all happened because When food ran low, they complained about how they had it in Egypt. Verse 3. Tony Evans said, he said, how sad that Egyptian slavery with a full belly looked better than God supplied freedom with a little hunger along the way. The Israelites focused on physical needs, but God focused on their need to learn to trust Him. The downfall of losing focus, you forget to take life how God intended for you to take it. And that's one day at a time. Are you with me? That's one day at a time. Look, verse 4. Verse 4. Exodus 16, verse 4. Read that.
Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day.
So what happened in verse 4? God disclosed the strategy to Moses. God disclosed the strategy to Moses. Let me say this to Chloe. God disclosed the strategy to Moses. Moses then shared it. Can I say this to you? His close strategy to Moses and the Israelites in the wilderness. This may not mean much to somebody who don't know much. But somebody who really been seeking and lately. Let me just give you confirmation to your prayers. God knows where you are. And He knows exactly what you need. You can receive that in a moment. I said, God knows where you are, and He knows exactly what you need. You don't have to scheme.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
You don't have to scheme. You don't have to do none of that. Just be right back up. I won't call her name because I don't know if she won't be called. One of my members the other day, I wasn't expecting, we had conversations, but I wasn't expecting that. But I looked at my text messages, and you know, when you get some on Cash App, it will, let you know on a text message that you got a Cash App. And when I saw that $400 Cash App, I swallowed real hard. When you got children that have Cash App, your Cash App become their Cash App. Because very often it seems like they have eyes on your Cash App without being around your Cash App. Because they just feel like whatever in your Cash App belongs to their Cash App. You got it? Kids keep you broke. Yeah, that's the revelation. And so when that $400 came across, I then, I didn't read it. I'm like, what? And so I texted her. I said, look, you don't have to do that. I can send you your money back. You don't have to do that because people that needed it. And said, no, I'm going to do what's right. Because I want to be blessed. And then she said, if you don't want it, take it and buy your wife something.
All right.
And she ain't got nothing on that. Just thought I'd set the record straight on that one, you know what I'm saying? God knows exactly what you need. And you don't have to scheme and plot and plan to get it. You just walk right with him, and he will supply every one of your needs according to his riches and glory. And you do right by him. Everybody want to quote Philippians when the Apostle Paul said, and my God shall supply all the need according to his riches and glory. But you better stop quoting that. Because you got to really learn what he really talking about. See, the Apostle Paul had been in prison. And the church at Philippi was sending alms. They were sending him funds. They were sending money. In essence, as we would say today, they were putting money on his books. Because they knew his occupation was a tent maker. And he couldn't make tents in jail. So what they did, they supplied for him. Now here's the catch to it. The Philippian church didn't have very much. But the little that they had, they gave it to him. But the Corinthian church had great but didn't give much. That's why they were so messed up and jacked up. But the Philippian church, he said, my God shall supply all your needs. In essence, because of what you made happen for me, God gonna make happen for you. And as a result of that, he said to them, now you can say I can do all things. Through Christ. Which strengthened them. Israel lost focus so bad. They forgot the provision of God. These freed slaves, they took anxiety to another level. After all they had witnessed, they should have been drowning in hope. After all they witnessed, they should have been flooded with gratitude and gratefulness. After all they witnessed, they should have been people who didn't mind testifying to other nations. Trust God. Trust God. Trust God. But can I tell you something? Forgetfulness leads to fretfulness. I said forgetfulness. Help me, Holy Ghost. Help me, Holy Ghost. I know I'm preaching. Forgetfulness leads to fretfulness. I'm almost done. Forgetfulness leads to fretfulness. The Lord just made bitter water sweet, but it wasn't enough. Verse 16 said a whole congregation complained. But God says, I'll meet the need. All you got to do, Israel, is take life one day at a time. One day at a time. And can I tell you something this morning and I'm done? Trust Him. And He'll meet your every need. Trust Him and take Him at His word. He'll meet your every need. Quail come on the ground in the evening. Manna fell in the morning. Meat for dinner. Bread for breakfast. The food failed every day. They lost focus. But God didn't. He knew where they were. Although they were complaining, He had His own way. When they got up in the morning, quail covered the ground. And all they had to do was look. He said, hey, Israel, don't get greedy. Just get what you need for today. And they kept on going. They got hungry in the evening. Then they let manna fail from heaven in the evening. Ain't nobody God but God. I say nobody God but God. And He said to them, hey, take life one day at a time. I've been showing you all along the way who I am, but you failed to trust me. Food failed every day. They just lost focus. Sometimes I too have lost focus. But when I sit back and think about it, God, I'm talking about me. I've been up against the wall. And God, when you get real low, God, He knows how to bring you through. They saw, the scorched earth. But God saw heaven's bread basket. They saw dry land. But God saw a convoy of quail behind every bush. They saw problems, but God saw provision. God knows how, I'm gone, to meet the need. I said, God knows how. I'm out of time. You heard the time go off, but He knows how to meet the need. You know what? I'll agree with that old guy from London by the name of Edward Moore. He was a pastor and a hymn writer. He was baptized at the age of 18. His mother and father would leave him and they would go to the church joint. But later on in life, he found out about Christianity. He found out about God. He found out about who God really was. And one day, after finding out about who God was, he took his pen one day. He got him a sheet of paper. He started writing down the words to a hymn. And maybe this hymn is not beneficial for you, but in your spiritual mind, you ought to write these same words that Edward Moore wrote. He said, my hope in you, oh, nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but I'm wholly leaning on Jesus' name, on Christ, the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. Let me just tell you something this morning. Build your hope on things eternal. Hold on to God's unchanging hand. Hold on. Don't you give up. Hold on. Don't you give in. Hold on. If I had some advice, I'd tell you this morning, you may not hear me again, but I'll tell you, one day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Give me the strength to do everything that I have to do. Yesterday gone, sweet Jesus, tomorrow may never be mine. But my Savior, teach me to take one day at a time. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Trust God. My time is up, but I got one more in there. Trust God. It might get rough. Trust God. What if I got any witness? What if I got any help? Anybody here gonna trust Him? 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 If it get rough, will you trust Him? Tears in your eyes, you got to trust Him. Right on your shoulder, trust Him. You don't understand, trust Him. Start thinking about stuff. Get the focus off him. Put it on them. The door of the church is open. Will you join the church today?